The impact of COVID-19 pandemic has changed the demand for teaching and learning for the school year 2020-2021. The ultimate purpose of the conduct of classroom observation is to make sure that educational goals are achieved. The conduct of classroom observation is anchored on the principles of Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers and Result-Based Performance Management System, or RPMS. Let us witness how New Bataan National High School Senior High conducts its classroom observation through Learning Action Plan session. During the pre-observation conference, the observer will clarify the purpose of the lesson and identify specific goals the teacher is planning to accomplish and the goals the teacher has identified for the students to accomplish. This requires the teacher to submit a lesson plan and present the various strategies to be employed. On the other hand, the observer presents the specific indicators that are to be observed and the rubrics to be used in assessing the classroom observation.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, Mrs. Macol. So when will be your preferred schedule for your classroom observation?
This coming February 3, ma'am.
February 3?
Yes, ma'am.
What subject?
Reading and writing, ma'am.
So, what will you be teaching and what content standard will it be addressing?
Yes, I have mentioned, ma'am, the subject that I will be teaching on my demonstration will be reading and writing, focusing on reading and thinking strategies across the disciplines as connected discourse. The topic will be the types of assertion, ma'am. The content standard also on my discussion will be based on learners will realize that information in a written text may be selected and organized to achieve a particular purpose.
Okay, so let us talk about the outcome, possible outcome of your lesson. What do you expect your students to know or do by the end of this lesson?
At the end of the lesson, ma'am, students are expected to identify the different types of assertion, and at the same time, they will also value the importance of identifying or understanding the different assertions because there will be some activities on it, and they will also participate in the assertion activity, ma'am.
Okay. How about the process? What are the activities will you and your students be doing?
In the first part of my lesson, ma'am, students will be expressing their thoughts on the picture that will be provided, following the mechanics that will be also provided to them. There will be also a video presentation wherein they will be noticing some of factors that are related to the guide questions that will be asked afterwards. There will be also a quiz B, and as what I have mentioned, there will be also a race wherein they're going to identify the given examples and paste it on the column according to the types of assertion.
Okay. We all know, Ms. Macol, that assessment is very important, no, during your demonstration. So, how will you know if your lesson is successful for all groups of students?
The mentioned activities, ma'am, a while ago will be my basis on how am I going to assess if my students have fully understood the lesson. And also, from time to time, I will be providing questions during, before, and after my discussion so that I could also assess whether my students have really understood the lesson.
Okay, I hope that your lesson will also consider the mode of learning that we are applying this time.
Yes,
But just, I want to remind you that for this school year, there will be a separate indicator, unlike before. So I am reminding you that for this school year, these are the following indicators that you will be observed during your demonstration. For number 1, apply knowledge of content within a cross-curriculum teaching areas. For number 2, plan and deliver teaching strategies that are responsive to the special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances, including geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement or disasters, child abuse and child labor practices. And finally, for number 3, you have to consider this one: select, develop, organize, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources, including the use of ICT to address the learning goals. And you have also to revisit the rubrics in order for you to prepare yourselves on how will you be assessed in terms of the level of practices of the following indicators.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any question or any other concern?
So far, ma'am, I have no questions since you have discussed to me comprehensively.
So I guess you are ready. See you and good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
In this phase, the observer will observe the class through the use of indicators. The observer will make use that the objectives prepared by the teachers are achieved. Further, the observer will check if the lessons are well delivered and proper methods and assessment are executed.
Hello, students! Welcome to our reading and writing class. Please speak English or in Filipino if there is a need for emphasis. Remember, always have fun while you are learning. So, to start the day right, let us all stand for a prayer. Close our eyes and offer ourselves to the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Good morning, Mom.
Okay, good morning!
Good morning.
Yes, that's the spirit. So before you sit down, kindly pick up some pieces of paper and check our attendance details. As a sort of review, what was our discussion last time? Yes, Mr. Robert.
Last time, Mom, discuss claims and also the 3 types of claims, Mom. We have claims of fact, value, and policy.
Very good. That's good to know that we have familiarized our lesson and we have really understood the lesson all about. Okay, so before we proceed to our next topic, let us start our day with an activity. So our activity is entitled I am. 1 minute and 7 seconds. So that is part of the critical reading as listening. Allow me to present to you a video of a child. So kindly notice some salient moment in the video presented.
Listen to me, listen to me. Like I do this all the time as I go on at the house of the door.
Okay, so what have you noticed in the video presented? Mr. Rosalio, what have you noticed in the video presented?
The video presented there, the child is explaining what he is trying to explain about the thing being imparted by the mother.
Okay, so go back to our basic education, the basic English. We have 4 types of sentences. Am I right?
Yes.
We have
We have interrogative sentence.
yes, very good.
We have
Imperative sentence.
declarative sentence.
We have declarative sentence. Okay, so our next activity is called assertion. Timer starts. Huwag bakmali yung ano ha. Dapat ayusin yung pagkakadikit kan. 3, 2, 1, and time's up. So we have to check now ha. So group pink, you have 4 correct answers. Green and group pink have also 4 correct answers.
This is typically conducted between teacher who presented a lesson and the observer, whether school heads or master teachers. It is often used to provide teachers with constructive critical feedback aimed at improving their classroom management and instructional techniques. In this stage, observer gives the rating obtained by the teacher.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Mrs. Mapol. How was your demonstration? How do you feel after your demonstration?
It was relieving, ma'am.
So let us go over with your performance during your classroom observation. So based from the last session that you have, what was your strength during the conduct of your demonstration?
According to my colleagues, ma'am, they have said that I have used different teaching strategies, especially on the inclusions of different disciplines across my discussion. I have included science, mathematics, history, and other subjects. And also, it is very evident that I have also applied localization on the different examples that I provided to my students.
Yes, no, that the practices that you have mentioned were really visible during your demonstration. So considering number one indicator, apply knowledge of content and within and across curriculum teaching areas, therefore I could give you a rate of 7. No? So let us proceed with what are the, or what was the things that you need to improve.
Based on the discussion, ma'am, and I have also, based on my assessment to my demonstration also, the activity that I have given to my students during the motivation phase is quite long. It consumed more or less 10 minutes.
Yes, also I agree with that. No, so maybe next time you will lessen the time for the preparatory activity so that you can have more time for the lesson proper. Anyway, the preparatory activities are just a review, are just a motivation for you to start your lesson. So let us proceed with indicators number 2. Plan and deliver teaching strategies that are responsive to special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances, including geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement or disasters, child abuse and child labor practices. So, in what way that you were able to incorporate this indicator to your lesson?
I have let those students who are nearsighted to sit in front, and at the same time, ma'am, I have prepared also an activity, varied activity that will cater the different intelligences of my students.
Yes, so based from the rubrics, number 2, so the teacher employs extensive repertoire of strategies to create a learner-centered environment that addresses the special educational needs. So based from the rubrics, you got also 7. And then finally, for number 3, select, develop, organize, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources, including ICT. So I believe that in all of the phases of your lesson, you effectively utilize ICT as part of your lesson. No, so you have also 7.
Thank you.
So in all, you have done an excellent demonstration, and I hope that you will maintain those practices for the next demonstration.
Thank you, ma'am.
So any other concern? Okay, so if you affirm with your rating, so please sign the rating sheet. That's it. Thank you, Mrs. Makoy.
Thank you.
This can also be an avenue for the teachers to grow professionally as best practices are shared. Moreover, this is a good way to assess the aspects that have to be improved. All these practices of New Bataan National High School, Senior High School, are geared towards the achievement of aims of the Department of Education because learning never stops in this time pandemic.